Hey, what is up, guys? And welcome back to another Magic the Gathering online league. We're back with Eldrazi Ramp on the play for game one. I'll pitch one of our mini sprawls here. Ugin Lab, Imprint Drift. Maybe not. Opponent's Tinkin. They keep their opening 7. Yeah, so I started recording a video, a league of Eldrazi Ramp. Got through 4 matches and then looked down at my mixer and realized, oh, my audio isn't recording. So, yep, starting a fresh one. A bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. We'll cast Talisman and pass. Would love to draw into a green source, or any land, really, any untapped land I should specify. Ghost Quarter, well that's gonna suck. Yep, I'll grab a forest. I mean, if they just want a Ghost Quarter on 1, I'm kind of okay with this. Gemstone Caverns. I guess I can... if I'm going to play the Utopia Sprawls, I kind of have to tap the Talisman anyways. So yeah, I guess we'll just go Utopia Sprawl for red, and then Utopia Sprawl for what? We already have red. We don't need double red, realistically. I mean, there's some niche scenarios where we do. We already have blue as well, so I guess I'll go double red. Yeah, double green, double red, single blue. We'll pass. A land lets me kick a Mycospawn on 3. Sunken Citadel, tapped. And draw. Rumble. I will rumble. There's Mycospawn, there's Return, there's Temple. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we'll go Temple. And kick a Mycospawn. Mycospawn kicks, Sunken Citadel. I'll go with Commercial District, Surveil. Trigger, K command on top, and pass. And pass. Another Sunken Citadel. Draw. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could look for another Mycospawn, theoretically. It's also having access to a Chrysalis would be good. X equals 4. There's Chrysalis, speaking of. Bottom. All but Chrysalis. Top Chrysalis. And 2 Chrysalis triggers. And let's go to combat. Swing for a 3, down to 17. We can very much play anything in our deck. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, yeah. White Orchid hits the E-Temp. Yep. Yes. For Forest. Draw. Chrysalis. Triggers. Combat. No blocks. Nope, blocking the MTGO. Okay. Down 15 and passing. Hold. Ghost Quarter can hit the forest, the sprawls underneath. Soul Guide Lantern hits the K return. Yep. And passing. Draw. Talisman. Cast Talisman. Reprieve. Draws a card. Cast Talisman. Combat. 3, 7. Not lethal if we were to sack the spawns. Not to mention, I'm pretty sure they have a Solitude in hand, because that would be how that goes. Behold. Lethal is on board. But I'd really love to draw into Emrakul or to, I don't know, Cyrus Seven Deaths would be good. Draw a card of Soul Guide. Alright, question of the day. Do you have interaction? 2, 3. Flicker Wisp? Wrath the Skies, X equals 1. In response, triggers. Always yield. And votes yours. Alright, we'll take the win against, well, it's basically mono white control. Alright, what do we want in here? I want to say they do play Felia. I mean, K-Return would brick, not K-Return, Magus would brick their lands. I'm not sure if that's relevant. Probably don't need Bog here, so we'll cut Bog. We can cut Emrakul, because they have Grave Hate. Bring in probably Bolt. I want to say I have ways of recurring, or rather re-triggering White Orchid. So maybe we just do that, and then run it back like this. Yeah, seems decent. Okay, we'll do that. We'll do that. On the draw for game 2. Let's see, 9 hits off the top for lab. I'll keep. Talisman does help. We'll pass in full. K returns a dead card currently though. Witch Bless tapped. And draw. K command. There's no reason not to play the lab, is there? Not really. I'll play the forest though and pass. And pass. Demo field. And passing, draw, lightning bolt, which we can't cast right now. Play lab, no imprint. And attempt to resolve Talisman of Curiosity. Pass. And pass. Opponent's going to be passing. And draw. There's Myco. Lab. No imprint. I'm going to hold up the K command. And Felia, question mark. Demo field. And is it put on the battlefield tapped? No, just put it into the battlefield and shuffle. Okay. Yes. I will float. I will use its ability for a forest. The one concern with firing off the K command right now is that they could have a Wrath. So I'm going to hold. Another demo field. I wonder how relevant that blast zone is going to become in the future. We'll have to wait and see. Go to end step. Let's see if this K command resolves. Ramp and scry draw. And done. Does resolve. Bottom bolt, top Myco spawn. And pass and draw. Misty Rain. I will play Misty Rain and fetch. I will fetch for a Stomping Grounds and shock and kick Myco spawn. I think, do I hold up? I think I do hold up my red source. Guess I should have just held instead. And done. And let's get rid of the Witch Blessed Meadow. Going for a soul land here feels incorrect. So I think instead I will go with a commercial district. Surveil trigger, Talisman to yard, and hold the bolt. I guess maybe going for a fetch would have been a bit better, admittedly. Lab, grab a forest. And hold. Half the exiles, rude. Okay. I will not. I'm out of basics. And hold the bolt. White Orchid. Target. Stomping Ground. Bolt. You. And pass. I will not. Draw. Ugin Lab. No imprint. Kick Myco spawn. and kick a plains. I will grab a E-temp. And then pass. And pass. GG's. They said, looks like you found one of your few good matchups. I wouldn't say that, actually. This matchup can be pretty rough. It just really depends on the sequencing, but we were kind of just staring at each other for a bit while I kind of built up my Mana of K command, and that allowed me to just put myself into a positive position. But if they would have, like, reprieved it, then I would have been in a bit of a more difficult position. Regardless, though, solid win. We'll be back for match number 4. Alright, and we're back for match number 2, not match number 4. On the play for game 1, I will keep. It's a bit risky, but we do have a ton of good hits off top. I will shock, sprawl for green. See, I'm tempted to go for blue's the thing. I think I actually will go for blue. If we draw into a soul land, it's kind of rough, but if we just draw into a land, at least then we can evoke Null Drifter, so it opens up more potential lines. Elegant Parlor, Surveil. A bit scared of it being Storm. Lab, Imprint, Drift, Cast Talisman, and Evoke. Always yield. And always yield. And pass. Bloodstained Mine. Ruby Medallion, I was right to be worried. E-temp. Chrysalis. Always yield. And we'll pass. Alrighty. Well, let's see if we just lose on the spot here. Suppose I'll put a pause on end step. Worst comes to worst, we can grab back Null Drifter to try and dig for something, but this Ruby Medallion's gonna ruin my day. Scouting Tarn. Manamorphose +1. Resolve, find Medallion. Reckless Impulse finds a Piff. Glimpse. I guess you could Medallion first, but you're going to Piff first. Manamorphose. Draws a card. Resolve finds Wish. Strike it Rich is mana neutral. Ritual up to 3. Another Piff, strike it Rich. They whiffed on a Ritual. They have a Ritual in hand. Resolve, they found a Ritual. Up to 3. They can Piff, but would be neutral. They can Glimpse and it would be, they would have one left over. So they could potentially find another ritual. Because, yeah, that's what they need right now is rituals. Paying cost for wish. And wishing for what? Grape shot. Targets. Target me. I mean, if any of them target the spawns, we'll sack the spawns. So do any of them target the spawns? Yes. It doesn't look like it'll necessarily matter. Because you did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes. So in that case, we'll just 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Put a pause on end step. What I need right now is actually Bajuka Bog. If I blue 2, 1, yeah, so we'll return Null Drifter to hand, potentially to find a Myco spawn or Bajuka Bog. Rumble. Rumble is cheaper. So in that case, green, float blue, lab. Rumble. There's Emrakul. I don't think we have enough for Emrakul, unfortunately, but I will still grab it. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I do not. So in that case, I'll invoke Null Drifter. We're looking for Myco spawn. Draw 2. Okay, Bajuka Bog will do it. In that case, Bajuka Bog, target you. And from here, we will pass. And pass. Land, fetch, surveil. No surveil. Okay. You have a glimpse. Cast Medallion, cast Glimpse for 1. It's Ritual Row. Manamorphose. Draw a card. Ritual. You could Piff for 2, but you should probably Row first for 1, because then Piff is 1. Yeah? Glimpse. Piff, Impulse. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. If we get a turn, we have Emrakul. Cast Piff, Manamorphose. They're trying to get to a point of flipping Row, I imagine. There's Row. Rit. Wins the flip. Flips Row. Ults Row. Finds the Grape Shot for the win. Okay. I will concede then. Unfortunate. We found the Bajuka Bog, but they're able to get there. Ruby Storm, lost for game 1. Let's move to game 2, sideboard. So we need Bolt, Trinisphere. We cut the Gemstone, cut the K return, cut a Rumble, cut cut a Sire 7 Deaths. Do we want to cut anything else? Going for lands isn't as relevant here, so we could very well cut Chrysalis. When we do that, we have access to 4 additional. So we could go Wastegate Battle Mage, we could go Disruptor Flute, maybe a split of. Let's go split of and run it like this. On the play for game 2, Bolt, Sprawl, Temple, no green sources, though no red sources either. I will mulligan this. Temple, Stomping, keep. Pitch, what? Breaker, Null Drift. I'm gonna say Null Drift. Done. I do need to draw into another land, however. Either that or a soul land. So Stomping Grounds, tapped, and pass. And pass. Draw, Commercial District. Play Commercial District, Surveil. Ghost Quarter to Yard, yes. And hold. Fetch. Let's see if they try and go off on 2. I guess maybe holding that wouldn't have been a bad idea in retrospect. No, maybe not. What I really want is another soul land. They hold, draw, Misty, E10, Trinisphere, pass, fetch, surveil, and pass and full. So what I need right now is another soul land. 7 hits off top. Those 7 hits, we will be able to kick Mycospawn. Alright, do you have something for the Trinisphere? Scouting Tarn fetch, Mountain, and Glimpse. Alright, and draw. Sprawl. In that case, I will cast Sowing Mycospawn. Don't think we need the Bajuka Bog here yet. I guess I should have played the Utopia Sprawl in retrospect. Whoops. No, I don't need the Bajuka Bog. In that case, I will E-Temp, play Misty, and pass. And hold. March resolves. Medallion resolves. Go to end step. Fetch Misty. For a Stomping Ground tapped. And draw. Wastegate. I will kick Wastegate Battle Mage. That way we can hold up the bolt. Sprawl for green. We'll go blue for Null Drift. Combat, hit for 3. And I will hold. Impulse finds Resolve. Arid Mesa fetched 13. Resolve finds Wish. And draw. Emrakul. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Go to combat, swing for 5. Down to 8. Cast Worldbreaker. This way we have lethal on board. Get rid of a white source and passive. We also have Bolt, Mountain. Did we get there? Impulse finds Ral, finds Grape Shot. Ritual. Ral. Ritual. Bolt. And pass. Ral down. Lose the flip down to 7. You can Grape Shot and kill both Mega Spawn and Wastegate. Glimpse. Glimpse trigger, 3 blockers. Draw. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Even if we went 11, 12, it wouldn't be enough. So in that case, we'll hold the K command and attack all. Block 1, down to 2, and pass and hold. Ruby Medallion. 1 card in hand. Reckless Impulse. Resolves. Land. Fetch the 1. Fails to find. Impulse. Ritual. Ritual. And Piff Attempt. In response, I will ramp, I will exile from yard. So all I care about is your impulse draws. So let's see here. I guess I care about a few things. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You currently have 1 mana, 2 mana. Actually. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we'll just go 6. Done. And done. And pass. should be enough. Because most they can do now is play another impulse draw. Yeah? Yeah, so it's best that we went for the rituals than for the impulse draws. And we got there. Alright, solid win. Thank you. Alrighty. So we want gemstone back. And I suppose we cut maybe a bolt here? No. Gemstone back in. We don't need Ghost Quarter, right? So we'll cut Ghost Quarter. On the draw for game 3. Okay. I mean, if I draw into a... Actually, no, as long as I get to a turn 2, this should be fine. I will keep. I'll pass. Oh no, I actually do need a land. Yeah, I just need a land. Untapped land would be good. Alright. Untapped land or bust. Red. And pass. Fetch, surveil. Land to yard, pass. That means they have a land in hand. So not landlight. Otherwise they would have kept it on top. Arid Mesa. Strike it rich. Draw, land, wastegate. Damn. In that case, commercial district. Surveil. Flute. To grave, question mark? And a grave. Talisman. And pass. Arid Mesa fetch. And if they win, they win. Land to yard. Ral, so they have a mana reducer, they have a ritual. They have a +1. So they have 2 mana. Wins the flip. 2 Manamorphose. 3 mana. Lose the flip to 17. Guess maybe I should play Talisman of Impulse to threaten a bolt. Runs Resolve, finds Past in Flames. They're short on Piff, which is good. No, they're not. Well, yeah, they are. They can play Piff, but they can't play anything else. Do you have another ritual? Runs Resolve. Wins the flip, declines. Another round, another land. Do you have another impulse draw? Okay, glimpse. And they flip the round. 1 short though. A plus, so they can ult next turn. Glimpse. Draw. Emrakul. In that case, we do what? I will play Talisman. And Trinisphere. And we pray. And pass. And pass. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. March, of course you do. What do you hit? There's Strike It Rich, Past in Flames. Yeah, this should just be the game, I think. Especially with the other Row. Yeah, he thinks I'm dead. Them having the March was unfortunate. Me also not being able to play the Trinisphere on turn 2 was equally unfortunate. Row, Piff. When's the flip? You don't want to flip yet. You want to wait for one more. No? Oh, I guess I was wrong. I guess Past in Flames must have been the last one. Eight. I mean, all they need to do really is they can Grape Shot now, Piff, Grape Shot, right? They don't need to go much further. I'm tapped out. So yeah, if they just go Grape Shot me, Piff, Grape Shot, they win. Well, if they don't see the line, I'm not going to point it out to them. Wins the flip, flips the Row. I mean, yeah, they should just win here. I don't think there's a situation where they don't. Again, all they need to do is just cast Grape Shot and then cast Past in Flames. Paying cost, Manamorphose. Manamorphose. Yeah, why? I feel like this is something that people overlook all the time, is the Grape Shot into Piff line. Just to shortcut it rather than having to cast through it all. 10, 9. Imagine if they somehow deck themselves. That would be funny. It's not going to happen, but it would be funny. 8. Ritual. Grape Shot. There you go. Alright. I will concede. Alright. Lost for game 3. We'll be back for match 4. Alright. We're back for match 3 on the play for game 1. No green sources. 10 green sources off top. 14 if you include talismans. I'll keep. Mulligans to 6. I'll tuck Emrakul. And pass. And hold on the off chance that's relevant. Sacred Foundry, shop for Ragavan. Would love to see a K command. Talisman. Cast Talisman. Temple. And Rumble. So we can block the Ragavan. Next turn we can play Sire 7 Deaths. Yep, we'll grab Temple. And pass. 3 types in yard. Cycle Street Wraith. Cycle Street Wraith. Ragavan? Bolt. Ragavan hits. What does Ragavan find? Sowing Mike Spawn would have liked that. Street Wraith, Ragavan. What am I missing here? Looting. Looting, Street Wraith, Ragavan. Oh, interesting. Hollow one. Hollow one. You have triple hollow one? Scouting Tarn, fetch. Mountain for... Of course you would hit my Sire 7 Deaths. You would not. Cast Null Drifter. Draw 2. There's World Breaker. I will pass. Street Wraith, cycle, redraw. Combat. Yeah, I'll trade. And Bone Scripts. Alright. I'll take the win against Hollow One. Let's move to... What? Okay. I was gonna say move the game too, but I guess not. We'll be back for match 4, I suppose. Alright, we're back for match number 4 on the play for game 1. It's a bit slow, but we can keep it. We can Commercial District on 1. Yeah. Commercial District, trigger, Talisman top, and pass, and pass. We draw into another soul land. Is Affinity? Yes. I see Spire Bluff Canals now and I just think it's Affinity every single time. Opal, Bauble. Claws of Gix. So they're going to be on the red enchantment. Oh, there's Kappa on turn 1. Yeah. I mean, what the hell do you do about a turn 1 Kappa? Nothing. You do nothing. Temple, Talisman, pass, and pass. You do nothing. That is what you do about a turn 1 Kappa. You die. So this is 9 damage, minimum. You could replay Pinnacle Emissary. EE for 0, trigger. See, I'm not sure why you wouldn't play the Pinnacle Emissary then, and then EE for 0. 10 down to 10. I can't do anything, can I? Because they have flying. Why did they make them have flying on top of which? Yeah, I just scoop. I can't do anything about that. Alright. Concede. So that is Affinity. Let's sideboard for game 2. We cut the Gemstone. Bring in Wastegate. Cutting the returns is interesting. Like, Sire's not doing much in this matchup. Cut a Rumble, keep the returns. It might be relevant to keep the returns, honestly. I'll run it back like this. Though they sometimes bring in Harbinger. Oh, shoot. Quickly. Bolts in. Yeah, I think maybe the bolts are better than Decay Return here, because they do play Harbinger. Well, I've seen some play Harbinger, I've seen some play Blood Moon. We kind of have both covered between Bolt and Wastegate. I'll keep. We'll Decay command on the off chance that's relevant. We have Wastegate for next turn. They play a Saga, we can exile. Saga trigger, perfect, we can exile it. 1, Springleaf solves. Bauble. You have an Opal. No, draw. Bauble target me. draw, Stomping Ground, shock, Stomping Ground, shock, Wayscape Battle Mage, Wayscape Saga, and pass. And pass. Next turn we can cast Chrysalis, Bobble, 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 target self, Darksteel, 1, Drum, and passing. Bobble, draw, and draw. Stomping Ground, shock, cast Writhing Chrysalis. Go to combat. Swing for 2, down to 18. We'll hold on the off chance these K commands are relevant. Bobble. Alright. Shivan Reef, 2 mana. There's Emissary. Yeah, not much I can do about that. Opal. Yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 6. Yeah, I can't do anything. If they have Kappa, they have Kappa. Show me the Kappa. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. 7, 8. I would need 1 more mana to have holded the K command to get rid of the Pinnacle Emissary. To kind of slow them down, but ain't looking like it. But if we can get the Emrakul, then we can deal with the Kappa. So we're not dead on board yet. Keywords. Yep, here comes the Kappa. There it is. I mean, I'll pass and fall at this point. Warp. And draw. Sprawl. For green. And then I will K command ramp and scry draw, not exile. Ramp, scry draw. And done. I'd like to see a land. Always yield. Another K command, another Emrakul. So 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So if I go bottom. Oh, son of a freaking. Okay. Bottom, top, and draw. I tried the bottom 1 card and I accidentally clicked. Like, you don't know what you're clicking on if you're like, you just hit it by a pixel. So annoying. Alright, I will pass 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 7, 11, 12, 13. Would have had enough, but now we don't. Island. So I just lose now. Pinnacle Emissary triggers Kappa. I guess. Can I next turn get rid of Kappa? I would need 10 mana? No, I don't. blocks. Block. Down to 8. Draw. Breeding pool. 4. Actually, because we need 12. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I can do what? Can I win? 17 damage. How much damage can I deal? 8, 10. I think I can win. Shock. 6. K command. Ramp exile. Target. I mean, if they have consignment, right? Done. And ramp, exile. And done. And combat. Alright, we'll take it. We almost punted that by bottoming the Ugin's lab, but we'll take it. Alright. We'll bring back in Gemstone. We can get the Bajuka box since they shouldn't be on Emery. And we'll run it back. Feels a bit slow, but we'll keep. Would love to see Topia Sprawl off top. Saga, Trigger. Springleaf. Bobble. Opal, Warp, White, Springleaf, 2 in hand, draw, Breaker, play E-Temp, and pass, and pass, Saga. Land, you have turn 2 Kappa. Looking like you do. Kappa trigger, draw. K command. Play a forest. Play a talisman. And pass. And pass. Saga trigger. Make a construct. Ooh, maybe I should have held up K command for exile the construct. Okay, they at least can't boots it. They could have. Interesting. They could have bootsed it. Bobble target me. 7 down to 13. Bobble trigger, draw a card, draw. Utopia Sprawl. Misty Rainforest Fetch. For Forest. Sprawl. I mean, if you want to Metallic Rebuke this, be my guest. For red. Talisman. Hold up green. Sowing Mycospawn. Always yield. Do you have Consign? Do you have Rebuke? Temple. And pass. So we can K command the construct. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Bobble. Emissary. That might just kill me. Trigger. Emissary. Trigger, trigger. Up to 10. Just 2 more and they win. So basically, any artifact wins them the game. Yeah, I guess. I'll concede. Alright, lost for game 3. We'll be back for match number 5. Alright, we're back for match 5. On the draw for game 1, we'll pass in full. Opponent will mulligan to 6, keep 6, island, and pass. Draw. Love to see a 7-minute value spell here, so I could hold up K Command X2. Steam Vent Shock for nothing. Pass. Okay. I will cast Rumble. Do you have a counterspell? There's counterspell. Pass. Could be Wizards? Question mark. Tune. Okay, so Jeskai control. Riddler. Draw a card. Warp. Draw. And play Wooded Foothills or Ghost Quarter. We'll play the Ghost Quarter. Shields are down, so we'll cast the Mycospawn. Get a body on board. And I will grab an E-Temp. And then pass. And pass. Teferi. Teferi bounce Myco. That'd be a choice. Teferi bounce nothing. Draw a card. Did not find a land though. Combat. See if you have a Solitude. Attack Teferi. There's Solitude. Pitching Prismatic Ending. Exile Myco. Yep. Wooded Foothills. Fetch. For Stomping Ground. Shock. Chrysalis. Trigger. K command. I guess I should sack 1, trigger. Sack 2, trigger. K command, ramp, scry draw. See if you have a force. And done. Force, pitches subtlety, that's fine by me. Pass and pass. Plus to fairy. 2. Consult the star charts. Land. And combat. Combat, attack to fairy. Fairy down, second main, Utopia Sprawl for blue. Ugin's Lab, trigger, K command. No, trigger, no imprint, and then pass. Land and what? Riddler, 1, 2, 3, 4. You draw a card, draw 2. I'm going to scry draw, exile you. And done. And puts himself. Alright, so this control. Win for game 1. Let's move on to game 2. Unless they're playing Days Undoing, we don't need Bajuka Bog. We also don't need Ghost Quarters necessarily, unless we're playing Hall of the Storm Giants, but I think Bajuka Bog's good to cut. Magus is kind of interesting. It's a 3-color deck. Disruptor Flute and Thief are good. K returns out. We can cut a Rumble. We can cut a Sire. So we have room for 3 more. We could go Bolt. We could go Magus. Magus could make it really difficult for them to play, but they do have Solitude, which makes Magus that much worse, arguably. Whereas Bolt, at least we can get rid of Teferi. It is tempting. Yeah, we'll play Magus and run it back. Why not? On the draw. I mean, 10 hits for green sources. 4 hits for K command. We'll keep, we'll pass. And opponent keeps 6. Surveil keeps on top. And draw. Might go spawn, E-temp, pass. Again, we have 14 hits. I guess I would take a talisman, so maybe 18 hits. Draw, lab, temp, pass. 18 hits off top now. Surveil. Solitude to yard. They might be looking for a land tune. And pass. Fairy. Fairy plus. And draw. Magus with Tuck, World Break. And hold. And hold. Again, 18 hits, we're seeing nothing. Draw a card, you have Ephem. Ephem, trigger, Teferi plus, Consign is available. Conferring minus. Draw a card. Warp. Draw. E-temp. Well, let's just try and jam the Sire. And pass in full. Do you have consign? Subtlety. I don't know if I want this on top, funny enough. Why do you pitch for that? Force. Fine, I'll put it on top. And pass. Will you Ephem the Riddler? I imagine you do. Yep, draw a card. 4 in hand, Tef plus. And pass, draw. Again, attempt to resolve Sire 7 Death. And pass in full. It resolves? That's shocking. So that either means you have Solitude. Yeah. Hardcast Solitude. I mean, it's a 14-point swing. Which I guess they mitigate another 3, admittedly. So really 11-point swing. Alright, plus. Quantum Riddler. Draw a card. Give another Ephem. Quantum Riddler. Draw a card. 7 down to 20. Up to 12. Corpse. And draw. Jesus. What is happening here? 6, 7, 8, 9. 4 off Emrakul. We'll pass. And we'll hold. Fairy plus. And 7 down to 13. Draw. Dude. What? Hold. Solitude. Subtlety. 6, 10, 3 remaining. I guess there's an off chance that I can potentially play an Emrakul if I'm able to rumble. Teferi minus, draw a card, swing for a 10, down to 3. I mean, we've had 18 hits off the top this entire game. We've drawn into 8 cards. I guess really 7 cards, but still, that's brutal. Not seeing a single green source. Alright. Really don't need Bajuka Bong, so you can probably keep that out. And then just run it back as is. Brutal, man. On the play for game 3, I will keep. I will surveil, trigger, gemstone, 2 yard, and pass, and pass. Island, draw, Myco, Wooded Foothills, fetch, for what? Thinking maybe a forest on the off chance they do play Harbinger. Play forest. Rumble. Does Rumble resolve? Does it either force or a spell snare? I don't think you play spell snare. Your list seems pretty tight with the addition of Riddler plus Ephem. Oh, maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong. Okay. And pass. So I'd love a 7-minute value spell or E-temp off top. Draw. Neither. attempt to resolve Rumble again. Fetch. And counterspell. Hallowed Fountain Shock. And counterspell. Play Lab. No imprint. And pass. And pass. You play Teferi. No Teferi. Play Uggin's Lab. Imprint. Emrakul. I'm going to use the K command as permission spell. And hold, land, go to end step. Cast K command, ramp, and scry draw. And done. Counterspell, force, force. And draw. Sire 7 dice. No imprint. 2, 4, 5, 6. Yep. Kick Sowing Mycospawn. And see if you have Consigned to Memory. No Consign. And we'll grab Cavernous Souls. Name Eldrazi. And pass. Fetch, Flooded Strand, Surveil. 4 in hand. We can play the Sire next turn. 2 Riddler, draw a card. Do you have an Ephem? You do not. You have a Consign for the Warp. Interesting. Draw. Chrysalis. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. To Chrysalis or not to Chrysalis? That is the question. Yeah, I don't know. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's very little chance that we'll be able to cast the Emrakul next turn is the problem. And let's play the Chrysalis. And I will hold and hold. Attack. I'll take the 4. Draw. Talisman. Go to combat. Swing for 5. Down to 11. Cast Talisman. Two, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And trigger. Always yield. Pass in full. Consult the star charts. Subtlety. Pitching. Subtlety. I'll put this on top. And I'll pass. Land. Attack. No blocks. Go to combat. Swing for 6. Down to 5, which means if this resolves, then it will be pseudo hexproof. Oof. Another subtlety. Well, they can't swing all out is the thing. I'll put it on top. Jesus. And pass. When they swing all out, they die. They can swing with the Riddler, sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 3 for Teferi will bounce Subtlety, bounce Talisman. Okay. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Attack just with Subtlety. Down to 8. Sire. Okay, now pseudo hexproof. No attacks. Tune. You can move up to 5, 6 at most. So it doesn't cover the Sire. Plus Tef. Elegant Parlor. Surveil. Plains to Yard. And Tef. Tef bounce what? Consigned memory? Yes. Consign the ward. Bounce the Sire. Sneaky Reach. No attacks. And draw. Sire, do you have another subtlety somehow? You do. Okay. Ephem, put it on top, and I will pass, no attacks. Ephem, Riddler, if you're not going to attack with it. Yep, draw a card, Riddler trigger, draw. Mystic Gate, 3 in hand, Tef plus. 3, 4. Riddler, draw a card. Draw. I feel like I spent this entire frickin' game trying to stick this Sire. Sire, 7 deaths? Alright, it's stuck again. We'll pass and hold. Plus Tef. If I attack, they triple block. If they have a Solitude, then I'm in trouble. Yeah, so we shouldn't be too aggressive. Draw, Writhing Crisp. Okay, well that does make things interesting. Talisman. could still have the subtlety in hand. Green and 2. Another Chrysalis. No attacks. Seven. Wrath for 5 clears the board. Yep, that is a thing you can do. No point in me sacking anything. So why even bother forcing... Wait. Why would you do that? You draw 3. I guess if you find a consign, you can consign the sire. Draw. K command. K command. Attempt to ramp exile. Well, so if I ramp exile is interesting. Yeah, we'll attempt to ramp exile. Done. Blue counterspell. Go to combat. I guess I'm worried about them flashing in a Solitude. We'd be able to kill the Quantum Riddler, but then the Quantum Riddler and Solitude would kill the Sire. No attacks. 5 types in yard. 4, 5. Yep, I was right. And pass. Draw 2. Draw 3, I suppose, yeah. Teferi minus. Tune. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Draw Magus. I think Magus would hurt me more than it hurts them in this instance. I will get rid of Mystic Gate, I suppose, and pass. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Moto's being a bit weird. Yeah, like I said, I can't attack because I'll triple block. What is happening here? Moto? You good? Do I still have internet connection? Supposedly. My computer's still working too. Solid 68% CPU. I is not sure what is happening. Yield? No? Moto just saying, sorry, you can't do anything anymore. What in the fresh hell? Regardless, what an awkward board state. Okay, I've never had it freeze up like this for so long. I can't even talk in chat. So I wonder if I should restart Moto real quick. I'm gonna pause and be right back. So it would appear that MTGO is offline. I don't know if there was scheduled maintenance. Am I crazy? Yes. Oh, no, something happened. Maybe. Your connection to Magic Online has failed. Please verify that you're connected to the internet and try again. Well, I'm definitely connected to the internet, so that's not the issue. Let's check the Discord. Where's the Discord? There's the Discord. And go down. And is MTGO working for you guys? I think mine just went down in the middle of a single Elam draft. Yep. So looks like Moto just went down, unfortunately. That sucks. That was also just an awkward board state. Because we were just waiting for them to basically find a consign at any moment, which kind of sucked. So I don't foresee Moto getting back up anytime soon. I also imagine that, or at least I would hope, that match ends up in a draw. Otherwise, I guess I'll get the loss, and that's just awkward. So I guess I'll just scrub that for my record, because can't do much about that now, can we? But doubtful that we'll be able to finish the league tonight. So I guess we'll wrap up there with a 2-2 record at the end of 5. Possibly would have been a 3-2. Hard to say because the Quantum Riddlers they have big butts. Kind of hard for even Sarah 7 that's to deal with. That entire game, though, we were just basically trying to resolve Sarah 7 that's, which was just outright miserable. But with that being said, that there will be the end of today's video. As always, if you did enjoy it, please do consider hitting the like button. Comment down below if you did see any lines that I missed and mistakes that I made, or any general feedback. It'd be much appreciated. For as much that I hope you all learn from me and both my success and failures, I hope I can learn from you all as well. Last but not least, if you have reached this point in the video and haven't already, please do consider hitting the subscribe button. We're getting closer and closer to our next goal of 1,000 subscribers, at which point I'll be able to start monetizing these videos, allowing me to start saving up towards a stream PC so I can stream live over on Twitch. In the meantime, though, if you do want to support me monetarily, you can do so over my Patreon, where you get early access to my 2 videos and any updates I make to my deck guides. But with that being said, though, folks, I will see y'all next time. Bye-bye!